Hello guys and welcome to VoloKin Project. Today I'm gonna do a quick camera test of the new Samsung A20e. There's new budget device. At the back I've got an 8 megapixel camera and the maximum video resolution is 8 megapixels. There is no mentioning of any stabilization, so let's put this one to the test. Okay, there we go. Now let's have a look at a few selfies and then we're gonna move to the main cameras. Okay guys, so as you saw from the photos, the front-facing camera of the Samsung Galaxy A20e is actually not very good. There is no much detail, the focus is not very good as well, and overall for an 8 megapixel camera is quite a disappointment. Something very peculiar Samsung is trying to do is when you go to the camera itself, you've got two options between normal and super wide angle mode. The thing is that when you choose normal mode, you're shooting in just 5 megapixels, essentially they're cropping the photo, and when you shoot in super wide angle mode, that's actually the normal 8 megapixel resolution. They're just trying to emulate that the phone has two cameras like the LG V40 for example, but it actually doesn't. The video is just 1080p, there is no stabilization whatsoever as well, and it's just not good guys. So let's move on to the back cameras where the situation is a little bit better, but not exactly. Okay guys, testing the video on the Samsung A20e, a marvelous 12 megapixel camera at the back, maximum video resolution of 1080p, no signs of stabilization whatsoever, but I'm gonna test it out anyhow. Let's see what we're gonna get guys. Okay, now let's test the autofocus quickly with the P Smart Z. Okay, the autofocus doesn't seem to work. Okay, works, but it's a little bit on the slow side. But anyway, we've got an option to film videos with the wide angle camera, so let's test this one out. Okay guys, so testing the video with the wide angle camera now, man, it looks so GoPro-like. But anyway, check this out, it's quite interesting. Hever Castle, by the way, in the UK. Let's have a look at the stabilization, if there is any in wide angle mode. And now, let's test the autofocus abilities. Oh man, that looks so weird. I've got no idea if the autofocus works because I can't see it on the camera. But anyway, let's have a look at a few photos and you're gonna hear my conclusion later on. Right, so that was the back camera setup of the Samsung Galaxy A20e. Over here, as you can see, the main camera can actually take some decent photos every now and then in the perfect scenario during the day in plenty of light. In low light, the camera is pretty terrible, and that's where actually the wide angle, surprisingly, is actually doing a little bit better in terms of low light. During the day, the wide angle, it just doesn't work, guys. 5 megapixels Man, if you're gonna fit more into the photo, you actually need more megapixels. You need at least 16 megapixels to 20 megapixels of the wide angle actually to work. I guess it's gonna be fine for the crappy Facebook posts, but apart from that, don't rely on the super wide angle camera on this phone, unfortunately. When it comes down to videos, the situation is similar. There is no stabilization whatsoever. The focus is painfully slow and the maximum resolution is 1080p. What surprised me though is you can take actually videos with this super wide angle camera. I'm looking at OnePlus 7 at the moment because you can't really do that on it. So you can do that here, but should you? Well, actually they're a little bit more kind of stabilized compared to the normal video, but still not on par with pretty much any other phone, guys. The other thing is that on the main camera, the autofocus is quite slow, and on the super wide angle camera, the autofocus is actually fixed. You can't change it. So in terms of focusing, just forget about it. And that leaves us with below average cameras on the Samsung Galaxy A20e. So if you're looking for a phone with decent cameras, this is just not the phone, guys. And considering the price, it's about 160 here in the UK, is definitely not worth it if you're looking again for a phone with decent cameras, because even the entry-level Xiaomi's, you can get the Note 7 Pro for this amount of money, has better cameras. So yeah, that's about it, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and if you're interested in my full review about this phone, I'm gonna link it in the description down below. So thank you very much for watching, and see you in the next one.